What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Shabazz. That's Nattybaps, and welcome to the Baptiste Bros, man. First duo video, the new rebrand. Hold on. I said, hold on. Today we got a tier list of all the starting quarterbacks heading into the season. I believe there's some quarterback competition, but here are who we think will be the starters in majority of these cases. Before we get started, drop a like, subscribe if you're new, tell a friend to tell a friend, and let's get right.
Hold on. All right, so you guys know how tier list goes. For this, we got 5 tiers. All right, so we got elite, the elite of the elite. Typically, that should be your top 5. We might do 6, but hey, conversation will be had. Then you got above average. They solid starters. You can win playoff games with these people, but you don't know. You might need a little bit of help with that. Then you got the average. They're NFL starters. They can win you some regular season games. Then you got, not bad, not great, okay ish. And you got terrible, aka dog shit, aka what you don't want these guys. They can't win you games. You have to build the entire team around them, a good running game, and the minimalist of all things. They can't complete a pass 5 yards down the field. Everything has to be a play action or a shotgun, and not they can't be. You don't use them in Madden. You won't use them in Madden. If you have this team in Madden, you have this quarterback in Madden, you're like, damn, we're running the ball. So with all that said, Shabazz, show off the tiers. Again, all 32 quarterbacks who we think are starting for these teams. Now, again, as Shabazz said, hey, this is June 17th when we're recording. Injuries happen. Not wishing that on anybody. Competitions happen. We still don't know, but day one starters. But this is who we anticipate will be the day one starters for the NFL season.
Okay. The first person on the docket, unfortunately, is my enemy. He's my enemy. So Baker Mayfield. It's terrible, son. He's terrible. He's terrible. Non-personal bias aside, when he played for the Panthers last year, he was trash. When he played for the Rams last year, after that, he had a solid game, and then he was terrible. It was terrible. So heading to the season, you're like, yo, this guy is not good. So I think he's terrible. He can't win you games. He's on the Bucks now, which is on. They got to update the jersey. He's on the Bucks now, and who knows if he's even a starter because it might be Kyle Trask. But I think it's gonna be Baker just off name value alone. Unfortunately, he was a number 1 overall pick. But
yeah, so Baker's on his 4th team in 2 years. He started with the Browns because of the whole Deshaun Watson situation. He was on the Browns, and then he got traded to the Panthers. Then got traded to the Rams. Released, signed with the Rams, and now he's here. 4 teams in 2 years is a lot. I don't think he's as terrible as Shabazz, of course, because again, that's a whole. If you've been rocking with us since last year, since 2 years, Baker Mayfield and Shabazz have a rivalry. Well, one-sided rivalry. Baker has no idea who Shabazz is. Point is, I think for the Bucks, that system of has Mike Evans, he has Chris Godwin, he has playmakers around him and a defense that will carry him. So him personally is terrible, but I don't think his situation is terrible. I actually will bump him up to bad, but I just think because of the Bucks, as a Saints fan, I will always say the Bucks will give us the hardest challenge because Atlanta's your biggest fan. No, Atlanta, don't worry about that. The Bucks team is fantastic. It's as far as the quarterback, or in this case, bum ass Baker Mayfield, can carry them. So I think he's bad, not terrible, not average either. I think this is his last shot though as a starter. I think if he gets cut or replaced, I think his season's done, or he's a backup for going forward. Next we got Tua Tagovailoa. Shout out to Chisels Adonis. I am put him above. I think he's above average. When healthy, he's above average. I think he finally found himself. Again, weapons like Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle will make any quarterback look greater than they are, but the quarterback has to get them the ball. So I think above average, especially from last season, we're going from last season and hopefully expectations to this season. I truly believe he's above average, but the argument can be made that he's average because he has so many fantastic weapons in that offense. But I think above average or average, you can make the call.
Okay, so we're saying elite is 1 to 6, right?
Yeah.
Above average is 7. Let's say the 14, right? 7 to 11, 7 to 14 in that range, and then the average is from like 15 to let's say 20.
Okay.
That is freaking 21 to like 27, and then terrible was like the rest. Rookies kind of by default will be terrible just because they haven't done anything yet. So that's disclaimer. I say he is. I'd say the more like the 10 to range because of the injury concern or the concussion and stuff. I already talked about this in my players under the pressure video, whatever. But like he could throw the ball. Like it's not like he's a scrub. He can actually throw the rock. So it's like I can't really complain. I can't really give him shit because he doesn't want to. He's not like doesn't have the strongest arm. He's not the fastest, but like he can deliver the ball accurately. That's his bread and butter. He got scouted because of that, and he's awesome at that. When you got Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, like you mentioned, can make you better than what you are, but he's not in the top 6. He might not be in the top 10, but he's right outside of it, in my opinion. So there you go. Now we got the Brock Purdy / Trey Lance situation. We don't know. I think Brock Purdy's average. It's kind of like similar to the Tua thing where like, you got Debo, Ayuk, Kittle, McCaffrey. It's kind of hard to mess up when you got those weapons on you. He can deliver the rock. He got a little moxie to him, but I need to see more before I'm out here saying like you a top 15 quarterback. He might be 15, but that's like right outside. So like he gotta just do more. And then Trey Lance is kind of a complete unknown. Literally, we don't know because we played one game and then got injured the next one. So it's like I don't know. So I gotta say he's average.
No, I completely agree. I think average is best. Again, Brock Purdy being a rookie last year took the NFL by storm, right? Almost won Rookie of the Year. But rightfully so. Garrett Wilson / Chris Olave, shout out Olave. They were like the rightful winners of the offensive Rookie of the Year. It's just one of those things where like, damn, it's like the first 3 quarterbacks kind of are indicative of like we want to rank them based off their talent alone, right? We want to say, okay, take the team independent. How are these quarterbacks? However, at the same time, like it's not like NBA where you can say, "Oh, boom, yo, my guy is your guy. Who is better?" or whatever. Because the NFL is such a team sport. It's 11 on 11 that like you can be a fantastic quarterback just be in a shitty situation, or vice versa. You can be an average to mediocre quarterback but be in a fantastic situation. And if you guys remember, I think we both picked the Niners to beat the Eagles in the NFC title game because we're like, yo, that weapons. Oh, you just need somebody to get them the ball. Unfortunately, that didn't happen, of course. But it's like, damn, like it's crazy how like the Niners every year, no matter who, it's kind of like empty quarterback because they also have Sam Darnold now. So it's like any quarterback with Kyle Shanahan with the weapons around him, they're gonna make him look average. So for that sake, I'm gonna put Brock Purdy / Trey Lance / Sam Donald / name redacted, whoever, an average because they look always above average with that system. But we don't know, truly can't tell who they are or what they are until proven otherwise. Speaking of unproven, Jordan Love. Literally, shout out to Aaron Rodgers finally moving to New York. It was Jordan Love time in Green Bay. He's had 3 years to sit behind a 2-time MVP. Well, multiple-time MVP, but 2-time MVP since he's been drafted. Is it going to be a situation where they go from Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers to Jordan Love and it's just like another Hall of Famer? Who knows? because we have little 0 to 1. I think he played one game where came in for like a half against the Philadelphia Eagles last season, and he balled. He like that Eagles defense got shredded by him. I'm gonna put it. I think he's like, and this is kind of weird to say bad because he's not bad. I think he's just unknown. There's like so much unknown about him that if you want to put him in terrible because he's unknown, or you want to change it from terrible, you can put like /unknown.
Okay,
That would
okay,
be
okay.
best because like I have no idea how to rate him. I would love to say he's great, but literally we have one. Maybe he had started against the Chiefs 2 years ago, and he half for against the Eagles. He has 1.5 game film, and that's it. So complete unknown in my part. So I definitely want to say I think he's just unknown. I don't think we can put terrible because he's not bad. We have no
Yeah,
idea.
I think we should just have bad as being his own thing, and then unknowns like the enigmas, like and the rookies, like
Yeah,
is there. Okay, okay, I like that. I like that. I agree. I feel like he has the potential because obviously, like 3 years, Aaron Rodgers became what he became. 3 years, we're gonna see. We're gonna see. Uh, yeah, he has opportunity. He like I'm about to say Matt LaFleur. He good coach offensively, defensive. I don't know, but he still got Christian Watson for a second year. He exploded to the scene. Romeo Dobbs, Aaron Jones, J.J. Dillon, like good offensive line. So he could do a little something. Will he be a Pro Bowler? Probably not. But would he be a serviceable starter? I think so. I think so. I think so. This another unknown simply for the fact that he's hurt. He's hurt.
should we
Yeah,
base him based off his like when he was healthy?
that's a good question. Because you're saying that, I definitely think he's above average because he's in the the 7 to 14 range. He's not elite, no, but he could definitely win you a lot of games. But he could also cost you because he's so small. But I'm not gonna say he's average. No, I think he's definitely above average. If he had a better offensive line, maybe he wasn't. He matured a little bit and stopped scrambling all the time to get hurt and just focus on throwing the rock. Hey, he definitely because it was like I think 2020, 2021, like they won like mad games in a row. They were the last undefeated team. He was cooking, looking like an MVP, but like he just got hurt. So
It
it's
was in 2021 because the season of Rams won the Super Bowl. So yeah,
yeah,
they started like
2020.
11-0 and then like fell off a cliff. And, like,
Yeah, so that's tough. But I think that it's fine. It's totally fine. Totally fine. Totally fine. I think he's average, above average, above average.
I think he has the skills to be elite. That speed you can't teach, his shiftiness, his quickness, elusivity wise, he's elite. He has the playmaking skills to get the ball to D Hop. F it, D Hop down there somewhere. No, not anymore because D Hop is still waiting to be signed. So it's one of those things where it's like, damn, I love his athleticism. Like as an athlete, just like straight up, all right, boom, you get the ball in his hands, he can make something happen. Like I think he had like the longest play ever, like running for just a 2-point conversion like last season. It was
Yeah, he
hilarious.
did.
It was so great. He's like running and running and running. It's like, damn, it's like usually plays last maybe 5 seconds. So he lasted, I think it's like 15, 20 seconds just running around and found something open. I think he is above average just strictly off of athleticism. Can he take the next leap though? It remains to be seen. Sam Howell, another situation where he's a Washington Commanders, the Commanders. Shout out to Eric Bieniemy, by the way. Finally getting a head coaching opportunity. Finally,
He's OC.
huh?
He's OC.
Oh, he is OC for he's Honor still there, but he's OC for like he is his own chances to showcase that he can make something happen. My bad. Good. I appreciate you. One is I definitely think he's unknown. He had one game starting and torched the Cowboys. I think he's unknown, but I think he's gonna be solid. I think he's gonna be average at best. Not at best, at the worst. Because again, I love Eric Bieniemy. I think him and he can. I think he's gonna work his magic. And again, we want to see black people succeed, of course, in coaching, and hopefully this propels him to be the next coach. And also, what the Commanders? We didn't talk about the NFL news this offseason, but they sold the team. So Dan Snyder is no longer the owner. So it's one of those things that's like, get him out of there, get him out. So unknown, but I think he can be average with Eric Bieniemy.
I agree. I think because he's not gonna be above average, but I do think like you could take. There's gonna be one of those situations where like you have a plethora of weapons. Terry, John Johnson. I think they got somebody in the offseason as well. But regardless, you got Scary Terry and you got Jahan Dotson. Those top two, if those are your top two, you're good. Then you got Brian Robinson and what's his name?
Gibson.
Gibson. Antonio Gibson. So like if those are running two running backs, we got a decent offensive line, a solid defense. Like you guys gonna be all right. I think he's gonna be okay. And then Eric Bieniemy's like scheming up plays and like he finally gonna get the respect that he's shown. Like just like you said, because like the reason why he's not a head coach is because everyone believes that it's Andy Reid's plays. When I get to show that this is your time, this is your plays, and make some magic happen. So shout out to EB, man. Shout out to EB. So now we got Deshaun Watson, right? It's tough. It's tough. Yo, man. I see if you want to peak the peaks and valleys, man, because his peaks are he's elite. His peaks are elite. His last healthy season, all that he led the league in passing, all that elite. But when he came out from the Browns, played a little bit, it was bad. It was bad. So I'm gonna say average. I'm gonna say average with room to improve to the above average tier. Because right now, like you obviously gotta knock the rust off, but your tape is your tape. Your tape, what we see right now is you're not at your best. Will you get back? I believe so. Hopefully, don't do it against my Ravens though, but I do believe so. But right now, you're average. Right now, you're average.
So, personally,
you what?
I had to throw it in there. I think he's above average. And here's the reason why. So we said 7 to 14, right?
Okay.
That's the range, right? And we said last healthy, he was elite. He was definitely MVP character. Yes, the Texans were what 2-14 when that happened, but literally, it's not. It wasn't. We knew it wasn't his fault. He did everything he could. The Texans just sucked. Hopefully, D'Amico Ryans can make it happen. I think that he said when he first came back, he was rusty. Definitely rusty. But the last 3-4 games, he started putting in the work. Hey, he knocked the Commanders out the playoff run. They was like, he lit them up. It's like, oh, did you know you can be eliminated from the playoffs if they lose? He's like, I did not know that. So that's kind of crazy. I actually think I will leave him at average for now, but if we can move him to the top end of average, because just like shout out to Nick Wright, these tiers aren't like left to right. These aren't like, oh, this is 7, this is 8, or this is 9 or 10 or 15 or whatever. No, but if we're like for aesthetically sakes, I think he's as close to above average as anyone can get because he's so dynamic when healthy. But now he has a full off season with these weapons. He has a full off season to knock the rust off and not having to come back 11 games in and then boom, trying to make something happen. So I think he's gonna make it. I think he's gonna show the world he's above average or almost close to elite. Now that's not my Browns prediction. The Browns are the Browns, but I think he will show that he's above average at the very least.
Okay.
Next, we got our guy Matt, Danny Dimes. Our guy Matt's guy, and Danny Dimes. Average. If the first thing that comes to mind is average. He doesn't throw the ball that well / great / whatever. Maybe because that's a product of the weapons that they had last season. But when you're known as more of a runner than a thrower, It's kind of like you said Bolt. Am I wrong? Vanilla Vic.
Vanilla Vic.
When you know him more as a runner than a thrower, it's like, damn, like you got to be a quarterback. You got to be a quarterback. Now he has Brian Daboll. Shout out to him. I think that he's gonna like continue to put the Josh Allen creativity into his mind. Whatever. Hey, don't turn the ball over. Which that was his biggest criticism 2 years ago. Kept turning the ball over. He cut that out. And the Giants won games because of it. But are they going to win a Super Bowl because of him? No. An argument can be made. They paid the wrong person.
They did.
Now Saquon is now holding out. And it reported today that he might not show up to camp. So it's like, damn, you paid the wrong person potentially. And it's like, damn. And Saquon carried the team last year. So, who knows? I say average. I'm not going to call him bad because he's not bad. But I definitely think he's average.
All right. So I agree. I think we got to see it again. Because his first couple of years was it bad. But then last year they got the best coach in Brian Daboll for him to get rid of those mistakes. So we could duplicate that success. Maybe with Darren Waller, add more yards in the passing game. So you can definitely put him to the above average or getting him to that. But right now you're average. Now we got Aaron Rodgers. I'm trying to find him. Can't find him. Found him. We got Aaron Rodgers, man. I think Aaron Rodgers is above average still. I know he had a shaky season last year, but I just think that when you think about he still has a lot left and he has great weapons around him. Mm-hmm. So I think that no matter what happens, his numbers is going to look good. I think he's going to be around the ballpark of like 35, close to 4,000, maybe 20, 25. If we can get to 30 touchdowns, awesome. I could see it happening for sure. Not an MVP season by any means, but definitely like a 35 to 40,000 with 25 to 30 touchdowns. You know, he always doesn't throw interceptions like that anyway. But like what the Jets needed was that stability that he can provide. The not making the mistakes and making the right reads. Right. That's what he does. The defense can carry, the running game can carry, but when you need a throw, he can still make those passes. He can still make it happen. So shout out to Aaron Rodgers. Shout out to all my Jets fans, Moosey, Jason, and everyone else. But I think he's above average.
I agree. I got nothing else to add. I guess if I had to add one thing, he is going to turn 40. He has already turned 40 or will turn 40 this season. So it's one of those things that's like, damn. Like now, I mean, like Tom Brady did it because he's stationary. Like his he didn't get hit, and he like crouched down anytime. Like he held here ghost. He's like, nope, I'm going down. Aaron Rodgers is like, I'm gonna make a play, and I'm like, ugh, is that gonna be his downfall or nah? Now, I think he's still above average, still one of the best quarterbacks ever. One of the best quarterbacks in the league currently. Last season was bad though, and it was crazy. He's like, it wasn't even bad. It compared to his standards, it was bad. But like any other quarterback has that stats that he had, they're like, oh my god, he took a leap. He's this. It was like for Aaron Rodgers, it was bad, and that's a sad. It's like it's a curse and a blessing. It's similar to like a LeBron. LeBron has a down season or down playoff run. It's like, oh, it's trash. It's like, bro, he's old. Like you want him to hold him the same standards. He did win an MVP 2 years ago, which is kind of crazy. Who knows? New situation. Hey, New York State of Mind. Couple more. Then we're gonna say this was part one. Then we're gonna do a part two later on. You feel me? Because again, we got 32 quarterbacks, and hey, we got a lot of time. Hey, got nothing but time. Last for at least for this video. We got Kenny Pickett. He's not unknown. He's
average. I think he's average with the potential with the potential to be above average, because he started halfway through the season. One, he had some shaky games. He had the highs and he had the lows. Regular rookie stuff. He ended the season off strong for sure.
Yes, he did.
So am I ready to say that he's above average? Not yet. However, this season he definitely will have more success because he has the entire offseason as a starter. He has more rapport and commonality with Deontay Johnson and George Pickens, picking the Pickens, and Najee Harris and all the crew. So like he's gonna be better. He's gonna improve. Will he improve to the above average? I believe so. I got the Steelers just outside the playoffs. That's just me though. Sneaker spoiler alert. But he's definitely average right now. And I would say he's better than Daniel Jones. I think so. Right now, I would take Kenny Pickett than Daniel Jones.
I don't know if I can co-sign that, but I definitely think he's in that average tier with room to grow. Again, he had a relatively good rookie season. It's one of those like Justin Herbert, Mahomes when he first started, Joe Burrow when Trevor Lawrence, like everyone's like, oh my god, you have to be like a certified like G when you have a rookie season. No, the rookies are supposed to have growing pains, and he definitely had a lot of those. But then he showed a lot of flashes of brilliance, especially towards the back end of the season. Shout out to you because he saved my Mike Tomlin. I was like, yo, Steelers are gonna go above 500, and they did. So shout out to you, Kenny Pickett. Shout out to you. I don't know what this means for going forward. I think Steelers' always problem is offensive line. They got it. What's his name? He just like center. He retired for them. Ever since then, they just had an okay/shaky offensive line. Hopefully, I'll remember it eventually. Point is, get an offensive line, get him protection. He has weapons. Najee, George Pickens, Pat Frye move. They got so fantastic weapons. It's just, can you give him protection? Give him time to develop even more in the offseason with the ones. I think he's going to be fantastic. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, here's a look at the actual, sorry about that. Here's a look at the tier list as of now. Nobody's elite yet. Got some few close guys to elite status. We might do some revisionist history as we continue the list. But part 2 coming soon, where we'll finish off the rest of the NFL.
Well, we'll see how much we can get out. We'll see how much we can get out. We'll drop a like, subscribe if you're new, tell a friend, and we'll see you guys soon.
Peace.